Hello, all my beautiful sisters from those other misters. Welcome to what a year of makeup empties looks like in my life, specifically my 2021 makeup empties. So I've been doing this series for a couple of years now. This will be my third year, and I feel like I've gotten progressively worse with how much I use up every year. In 2019, I used up 96 products. I will specify that year I went through a lot of lashes, so that really blew out my numbers, but whatever. The goal is essentially to get the crap out of my life. In 2020, I used up 56 products, and I'm suspecting this year I've used up even less, which is a shame. Now, there are some things missing from here. I know for a fact there's definitely some makeup sponges missing because in 2021, I went and got myself a beautiful little German Shepherd puppy who grew into a big German Shepherd dog, and she has a nose for sponges like, oh mate. If you lose a sponge, my dog can sniff it out. I'm gonna put it out there. If you need that service in your life, give me a call. I'll give you a good deal on it. If I have makeup sponges in my empties tubs, she will find them. She will dig them out, even if they're right at the bottom, and she will destroy them. So there's that. I managed to save one. I also have noticed that there's no face powders in here, and I know that I finished a face powder last year, but look, sometimes when I'm going through my empties and recycling them or putting them in the rubbish bin after I've filmed my empties videos, I am a little bit scatterbrained. It happens, like, it is what it is. But this is what I have managed to sort of stash away. I have all makeup stuff. So, the base products and the coloured face stuff and the lash stuff and all that jazz. I do have lashes, and I have perfumes and nail products in here as well, and tools. So I'm going to take you guys through this. We're going to see how my numbers match up or don't match up to last year's numbers, and then we're going to set a goal of doing better in 2022. So let's get into it. These are base products. So this year I finished 2 primers, and last year I didn't finish any. Look, for years now I have decided primer is not for me. It's just something I can totally live without. I much prefer just to prep my skin really well with skincare. So I'm kind of trying to slowly work my way through my primers. Now, I do have the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir here, which I didn't really use it as a primer, but it can be used for that. I mostly used it as a skincare step, so it went under my foundation basically. Sorry, under my moisturizer. So you could say that it was sort of used as a makeup step, but also not really. The Ciate Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer, I didn't really mind it, but I also didn't really like it all that much. If I put on too much of it, I did find that my makeup would move over the top of it, and I also didn't like the scent. It didn't smell like watermelon at all. It smelled a bit musky and a bit sickly sweet, to be honest, so I didn't love them. Foundations, okay, we've got my L'Oreal Pro Glow Infallible here. Last year I only used 2 foundations. Sorry, not last year. In 2020 I used 2 foundations. I'll probably say that a lot, so just remember, when I say last year, I'm referring to 2020, and when I say this year, I'm referring to 2021. So in 2020, I used 2 foundations, which was really, not good, and in 2021, I used 4, which is better. I would say that is sort of the bare minimum of how many foundations I would assume that I would use in a year. So 1 every quarter. If I'm wearing makeup quite frequently, I can easily go through 6 foundations. So L'Oreal Pro Glow, it's like my fave. It's my holy grail. I love it. I have dry skin and I just think it looks really beautiful on my skin. However, it has been discontinued in Australia. I do have 4 backups. When I found out it was being discontinued, I went and bought some, and also people bought me some because they knew that I loved it. So that's been great. It's kept me in my favorite foundation for, years after it was discontinued. I do have to start focusing on finishing the ones that I have. They're all sealed, so they'll be fine. But, it's not something you can keep forever. So there's that. Then I have 2 Sure Mora foundations. Now, I have the Light Bulb Essence here and the Petal Skin. Petal Skin I didn't really like. It's too dry for me. It's better for oily skin. The cushion version of this is the most divine thing on the face of the planet though. And the Light Bulb Essence is designed for probably the driest skin you could ever possibly imagine. It is super, super liquidy and hydrating. So I mixed the 2 together. This was like too much for me. I mix the 2 together to make them work and finish them up. I don't really like to throw away makeup that doesn't work for me if I can find a way to make it work, basically. I just have an attitude of finish it up and don't buy it again. You learnt your lesson. It is what it is. And that's how I got through those 2. So I'm happy with that. 2 foundations I love and 2 that I just wasn't a fan of. When it comes to concealer, I only finished 1. And in 2020, I finished 2. I do think that even 2 is a small amount for me. I would say, 3 would be an average of what I would wear or what I would use up in a year if I was wearing an average amount of makeup for myself. So using up 1, even that's pathetic. It's really bad, really, really bad. I don't love this concealer. I ended up with a whole bunch of them through PR and stuff. And I've been going through them over the years and I'm getting there, but it's not something I would ever buy again. These really don't take too long to finish up, which is great. I just obviously really sucked last year finishing them up. I also feel like I should say in 2021, I started a little project where I was going through all of my makeup areas, so like primer, foundation, concealer, powder, all that jazz, and I was testing everything in my stash and using that as a method of decluttering stuff and deciding what I really enjoyed. And the reason why I did that is because my skin has changed a lot in recent years. I went from being very oily to now very dry. During the warmer months right now, I have normal skin. So, I feel like not only do I not know my skin, but I don't know my collection anymore because a lot of it was purchased based on having oily skin. So I think that did contribute to not really being able to focus on products last year to finish them up. So, I am going to give myself a little bit of a break with that. When it comes to face mists, last year I finished up 6. This year I finished up 3. So that, again, not really, not great. Not a great result for me. I would say my favorite was the Watermelon Glow Mist from Glow Recipe. I would like to buy that again in the future, but I have so many face mists. That future is very, very far away. The U-Spa Hydro Mist and the BioEffect Osa Water Mist, they're fine, but I wouldn't buy them again. So that is my base stuff. I'm really confused why there's not a powder in here. I'm sure I finished a powder last year, but it's not here. So, what can I do about it? Here is pretty much everything else I finished. Over here, I do have like nail polish, lashes, perfumes. We'll get to that in a sec. So let's just go through these. Bronzer, last year, I think there was, I can't remember what I finished. I know I had two palettes. I had the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani face palette and I had a Becca face palette. So they were, the Becca face palette was completely finished. The Urban Decay one was not, but I can't remember what I did finish in it. The Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer, I quite like this. I feel like it's a nice one for winter. Pigmentation's not like really intense, got a little bit of a glow. It was nice. I enjoyed it. I don't know if they still make this. I don't know. Look, I can't even tell you when the last time I went and had a look at what's available from Wet n Wild was. Like, it's just not a thing that I've done. I liked it and I'm glad that I finished a bronzer essentially. The Benefit Real Cheeky Party, this I decluttered everything, like as in I threw it away, everything except the bronzer and one of the blushes that I enjoyed. I did depot them, I put them into a magnetic palette because I just don't want this giant thing taking up space. I would say that my effort with colored face products last year was probably on par with what I actually finished in 2020. Might be a little bit lower. I'm not sure, but look, I'm cool with it. Brow products, all right, this one here is not technically finished. It's a ColourPop brow color in Blondie, but I am considering that finished because these products, like these brow pot products, good lord, I feel like I probably will never buy another one of these types of products for my personal use again unless they are like a quarter of the size of this. This was 3 grams. So if I could get one that's like a gram or smaller, I would consider it. I just, it's too much for me. It takes me too long to go through them. I go through phases of wanting to use a brush to apply my brow products and another phase where I'm just like, I cannot be fucking arsed doing that. I prefer these like skinny, spoolie type products. Or skinny pencils with a spoolie. There you go. Yeah. Unless I took up like freelancing again, I wouldn't buy a brow product like this again because I don't need to be in a long-term relationship with my makeup. I really, really don't. Seasonal flings only, thank you. This here is Clinique Just Browsing. I really love this product. I think it's fantastic. It's got good color payoff and good hold. I'm pretty sure I have another one of these, and to be honest, I would consider buying another one in the future. I can usually get these at the Estee Lauder corporate store here in Melbourne at a fairly good price, so you know, I would buy more of them. I have the MAC eyebrows in Lingering here. I think I have some more of these in my stash. Again, I'm pretty sure I picked up some of these older packaging ones from the corporate store, and they're great. Lingering's a good color for me. I like to mix Lingering and Fling to create like a brow with good dimension basically. And this guy, this is an Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim brow pencil. Now this was sent by a subscriber of Beauty News. We don't have Ulta Beauty here in Australia. This is fantastic. This was such a nice little product. I really enjoyed it. I imagine it's being Ulta's sort of in-house brand. I imagine it's quite affordable. And yeah, what can I say? I liked it. Oh, what else did I use up that was an Ulta Beauty product? Was it a powder or a bronzer? I can't recall, but I do know that I tried something else from Ulta Beauty that I enjoyed. My brow setting product here is the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. So I basically retired this because I've been using it for so damn long. I really like this product. To be honest, it's probably like one of my favorite brow setting products that I've ever used. However, I've literally been using it for years. So, you know, I feel like potentially we need to take what I said about this being my favorite brow setting product with a small grain of salt, because it's all I've known for years. Like, I literally haven't strayed from this while I have been trying to finish it up. This is a 7 ml product. Again, it is too big for me. I like products that, you know, don't take years to finish. I feel like most products should only take 3 to maybe 6 months. Some makeup has like a 12-month use by date after you open them, which is fine. But I really like to be able to buy makeup and try new things. That's why I got myself into the position of, holy shit, I have way too much makeup. But it's really frustrating when a product takes years and years to finish up. And I feel like makeup could be smaller and a little bit more affordable, basically. But that's not likely to happen. Anyway, moving on. Liquid pen liners. This is my preferred method of applying liner at the moment, and it has been for probably the last 2 years. I just like the simplicity of it and not needing to wash eyeliner brushes. I have the Nabla Cereal Liner, the Colourpop BFF Liquid Liner, and the Maybelline Master Precise. Maybelline Master Precise I love. This one has a brush tip, which is my preferred type of, tip on an eyeliner. God, my brain just left the building. This one from Colourpop is also a pen liner, and I've just swatched it and I'm like, I don't understand this product. I feel like it has bad flow of product from the cartridge inside, because when I would use this, you know, initially it was great. When it's brand new, it works well. And then after a couple of months, you're like, oh, it's definitely coming to the end of its life, because you can do half a wing and then you have to do these ones. But then it sits for 6 months and you do a swipe and it's beautiful. So there you go. But I'm not going to be fooled. I remember what we went through together. Same with the Nabla Cereal Liner. That it was exactly the same situation. Again, this is a brush tip. And look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. But no, I can tell you now, when this was in my everyday makeup drawer, it was not a beautiful experience. But that is sort of the way things are with pen liners. It is what it is. I do recommend, if you can, store them upside down. It helps. Some will flood though, so do be aware of that. Not all, but some will. But yeah, I feel like that's sort of like the product that you never truly finish. This one from Colourpop, it's the cream gel liner in the shade Venus. I really enjoyed this color, but the packaging was a jerk. I wound it up to see how much was left in there, and then I couldn't wind it down again. So, you know, that's the fate of that product. I would consider buying one of these again. And I would also consider buying like Colourpop's cream gel liners again if I needed one for like a specific reason, or I was just jonesing for a red one again. Mascaras. So how many mascaras did I finish last year? Oh gosh, 1. You know what? I've actually done really good in this category. So with brow products, colored brow products, I only finished 3 last year. I finished 4. I finished 3 in 2020. I finished 4 in 2021. And a clear brow product, which I didn't finish any in 2020. Pen liners, I only finished one in 2020. I finished no colored liners, which is, you know, I mean, did I really finish this? No, but she empty. And mascaras, I only finished one in 2020, and I have 3 full size and 2 minis for 2021, which is great. All of these mascaras I liked enough. I would say that they're real ones. I've got the Magnet Lash and the original. Probably my least favorite. The Bad Gal Bang I didn't mind. Roller Lash I really like, and Major Pleasure I don't mind as well. I would say out of all of these, the only one that I would consider buying again is probably Roller Lash. But also in saying that, I'd actually be more inclined to try a new mascara that I have my eye on. So, you know, there's that. I really do have a lot of mascaras. And my goal is to really like get through some this year. I do have a single eyeshadow here. This is a Wet n Wild shade in Brulee. So this is like a skin toned eyeshadow for me. And I would use it to set my primer, eye primer between my crease and my brow to make blending mattes easier. I really like this product. Last year, no, not last year. In 2020, I did finish one, but it was about half the size of one of these. So I feel good about that accomplishment. When it comes to colored lip products, what did I finish last year? I finished like a whole boatload of lip glosses. I think there was 7 lip glosses in 2020. Oh, I'm getting my numbers in years. Like my brain is leaving the building. So it looks like I've only got 3 minis here. I have a full size, and then I have 4 lip balmy products. I finished, I think, 3 lip balm type products in 2020. So look, this isn't a bad effort, but I do feel that I could do better. Some of note, the Kevin Aquan Glass Glow lip. Oh, the formula of this is so nice. I really enjoy it. This, what was it called? Something Quench Lip Rescue in the shade Nude from Tarte. Oh, I loved this. It was an absolute pleasure to use. Adored it. Then I have a Clarins Jolly Rouge lipstick in Soft Berry, and this is an Hourglass Girl lip style in the shade Peacemaker. I have a Fabulips Instant Lip Plumping Gloss there, which doesn't plump. I have 2 of the Mini Fresh Sugar Balms, something. I have Rose and Tulip. Rose is really nice. I actually have one of these, another mini that I'm kind of like squirreling away. I shouldn't, because if I want to, I can just go and buy another one. The Tulip one I didn't like. The color was like too, just not my cup of tea. And this was the Ulta 3 Wonder Balm. So Ulta 3 is a brand that we have in Australia, but they're not affiliated with Ulta Beauty at all. This was just a pot of lip balm, and I quite liked it. It was fine. I wouldn't buy it again, but it was, you know, it was fine. So look, I do feel good about, you know, this sort of area of what I got done here. Even these, you know, I mean, well done for somebody who really didn't wear a lot of makeup and was in lockdown for the majority of the year. So, you know, can I really be all that disappointed? No. Lashes. So, okay. We'll start with the Ella Cosmetics lashes. So I had 3 sets here. I suspect these ones would have come out of one of the boxes, and what I've done is I've cut off the shorter end and use them as a demi lash, because they would have been not only like too big for my eye to actually wear, but also too long. They'd be touching my brow basically. I have a pair of Colourpop Dame lashes. I actually don't mind the Colourpop lashes. I found some pairs that are really pretty and they work well for my eye shape. I also have a set of Isabella lashes from Nakia Joy Cosmetics. So that's 5 sets of lashes out of my stash, which is great. I did stock up on some lashes recently, so, you know, I've just filled this hole already. I finished up 2 perfumes last year. So I have the Zoella Botanic Eau Body Mist, and this is a Beyonce Heat fragrance. And I do have 3 little samples here, 1 from Glasshouse and 2 from Floral Street. I have a bunch more of these inside that literally have 1 use in them, and I just haven't used them because I don't even know why. They're small and they're out of sight, out of mind, essentially. I am wondering if potentially I did finish up some more fragrance samples last year, but they just didn't make it into the drawer where I keep this stuff, which is possible. I can't remember. I have 2 nail products here, and I do feel that this is quite an achievement because they're both like gel products. I have the IBD Building Gel in clear. This is like my holy grail nail product for maintaining long nails. I nearly said long lashes. So I use this as an enhancement over my natural nails. And if one of my natural nails breaks, I will then use it as an enhancement to build a nail to match my others. So I love this stuff. It is like, it's holy grail. I purchased 2 last year. I purchased another bottle of clear, and I purchased a bottle of the Cover Pink, I think it is, and love them both. That like they're great. And I tried out some cheaper alternatives, neither of which I think meet up to this, but this year I'd like to try some more because this is quite expensive and it can be difficult to find, but I love it. And I mean, if this is the one that is going to be, you know, the only one that matches up, then I will just use that for the rest of my bloody life and I'll be buried with it. This here is a gel top coat. So again, another product that I use very, very regularly. It's from O-Star. I ended up with a bunch of these when I purchased. Do you guys remember years ago when they brought out those chameleon pigments or the multichrome pigments for nails? I bought a whole bunch of them, and each one came with a top coat and a base coat. So I'm swimming in this stuff. I won't need to buy a gel top coat for quite some time, but that's, you know, it's fine. It is what it is. They're small and they can easily be stored away for the future, and if you store them well, they never go bad. So there's that. I finished those 2. I would really like to get through some more colored nail polishes this year. Not necessarily gel. I think that's going to be quite difficult, but just like normal nail polish colors. And a sponge. This one is a Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I quite like these, but I wouldn't buy them. I have like a stash of them. If I was going to buy makeup sponges, I would buy them from Ella Cosmetics. Here we go. Ella Cosmetics, Nakia Joy Cosmetics, or BOCAJ Beauty. So those brands all make the most beautiful, soft, gorgeous sponges that I've ever used. And while the Real Techniques ones are good, they don't compare to those ones. So there's that. So my final numbers, 48 products for 2021. I do think it's off a bit. I do think there might be some things that I've accidentally thrown out, but look, it is what it is. Last year was hard. I think a lot of people can relate to that. I was like lockdown and pandemic hungover from 2020, and we were all hoping 2021 was going to be better. It turned out probably to be worse. So, you know, look, it is what it is. Hopefully this year will be better. As a reminder, my numbers for 2020 were 56 and 96 for 2019. So I definitely didn't quite do as well in 2021, but let's see if I can do better this year. I feel like I'm already off to a fairly good start, but I do need to put makeup on a bit more often. January was a low makeup month, but it's February, so you know we can kick off a better year. If you guys know how many makeup items you finished up in 2021, let me know your numbers down below, or estimate if you feel like it. Let me know what you thought. If you got any feelings or, you know, thoughts ticking around in your brain, let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.